Hey there, this is Isolde Trachtenberg. I hope you enjoyed today's encore show. This is an encore posting of the Self-Made Creative podcast, as this show used to be called. New episodes will return May 29th with the inimitable Ryan Hayashi. Until then, if you like what you're hearing, please rate, review, and comment. Subscribe to the show so I can keep bringing you the best content for your creativity, your business, and your life.
Hello, my loves, and welcome to today's episode of the Self-Made Creative Podcast. My name is Isolde T, and I'm super happy you're here. Here is where I explore, in this raw, real, and unedited short format podcast, I explore the connection and the process of how to succeed at the crossroads of creativity and business. Today I want to talk about building awareness. Building awareness and intuition for decision-making, for processing, for creativity, and for success. So how do we do it? What do we need to know how to do in order to build our awareness? Particularly, what do we need to know how to do to build our awareness in high pressure, high stress, high anxiety, or high excitement situations? Here's the thing. Awareness is all well and good when you're meditating, when things are peaceful, where you're not under deadline, when you're not faced with a ton of pressures all at once. That's the problem. It's easier to do when you don't have as much at stake, right? So you have tons of books. There are so many books, so many articles, so many teachings written about building awareness, knowing where you are, figuring all of that stuff out, and doing it. The trouble is, it's easy to practice when things are calm, but it's a lot tougher when things are frantic. Now, I'm a big-time meditator, and why is that important? It's important because, yes, I just said, it's easy to be mindful and build awareness when things are calm. So meditation is one of those times when it's easy. However, meditation allows you to build some skills that will allow you to increase the time between the precipitating event that increases the stress or the excitement or the tension or pressure, and your response to it. Now notice I didn't say reaction. Reaction is you touch a hot stove and you go, ow, and you lift your fingers off the stove. That's a reaction. Because it's quick and immediate, and the organism goes, hot, danger, get out, and you do. Response is something that's more measured. It's something that you give and make time for. So instead of an immediate, you take the time to think about it. Now, I'm not saying if you end up with your fingers on a hot stove that you should take the time to think about, should I remove my fingers? That's not what I mean at all. In situations where things all of a sudden are frantic, and it's an emergency, of course you have to react, absolutely. But when a more measured response is called for, how do you build the awareness that it's something you need to do? Meditation for me is one of the best ways. It allows a more immediate drop into that space of sensing, evaluating, and then responding, rather than holy crap, I have to do something right now. So that's one way. You have to sort of drop back a little bit, detach, become a little bit more objective about what's actually going on, and then respond. The other way is to feel for what your body's doing. More and more, I explore daily in my own life and in my practices what my body's trying to tell me, because it is, right? And they always say that. All of the books and all of the self-help gurus and everybody's like, listen to your body. Again, it's easy to say, and it's even somewhat easy to do when things aren't stressful, but my goodness, it becomes a challenge when things are frantic or frenetic or high stress or high pressure. And curiously, that's the best time to try and listen to what your body's trying to tell you, because the organism is going, okay, fight or flight, what do we do in that frantic moment? And you have sometimes only milliseconds, right, to react, to do something, to say something, to move, to act. And if it's a dangerous situation, of course you have to do that. But the more awareness you have before the dangerous situation shows up, and the more awareness you have in the millisecond before you react, the more you are able to react in a way that is optimal. And by react in a way that is optimal, I mean respond. So, what are the clues that your organism is giving you? One of my favorite ones to talk about is the butterflies in your stomach. If you are in a super excited situation, you might get butterflies just as much as if you are in a super stressful situation. Your belly clenches and you feel that wave of heat come sort of from your belly outward to the top of your head and all the way down to your toes. Your whole body feels like it vibrates for a second. And that can be great, depending on what the excitement is. Or it can be something that puts you, again, it's in that fight or flight place. And your organism is going, oh, what do I do? And so that clenching of your belly and those butterflies are the same kind of instinct. They are based in a place of uncertainty. Things are not secure and centered and stable, and that's why there is this feeling of clenching and preparedness. It might be even for a positive reason. You might have just seen your long-lost love, and you still have those butterflies in your stomach. That can be great. And it can also be a warning sign. So that one for me is one of the most important ones. Am I feeling that clenching in my belly? And if I am, what is it calling on me to do? Generally speaking, it's not saying, react, unless it's a dangerous situation. Nowadays, for me, it's saying, okay, step back, breathe, increase the space between the precipitating event and my response so that I can respond. That clenching of the belly is hugely important information. It's trying to tell you something. Now you have to listen to it. And you know me, anyone who's ever listened to my podcast, you know what I'm talking about when I say everything is about listening. As far as communication, as far as knowing yourself, and as far as building that awareness of when to react, when to respond, when to stay peaceful, and how to do all of it from a place of, as much as possible, security, stability, and serenity. That way, my friends and loved ones, is the way to happiness. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be exploring other ways that our organisms give us information and how we can build the awareness to listen to it. Today's butterflies in your belly example is just the first. If you like what you're hearing, please subscribe to the podcast, tell your friends. Let's build a real community around communication, listening, and awareness, because the more we do, the more we will succeed at that crossroads of creating and business, because all three are necessary in order to have that success. So please tell your friends, please leave reviews on iTunes. It would mean the world to me. Until next time, I send you all of my love.
Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to the podcast if you're new, and please tell your friends about the community we're building here. Today's episode was produced by Isolde Trachtenberg and is copyright Isolde Trachtenberg 2019. Today's music was from Kevin MacLeod, Laser Groove, and Ave Marimba, brought to you by Creative Commons License 3.0. As always, please remember this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Past performance does not guarantee future results, although we can always hope. Until next time, I send you all of my love.